Our next guest is a successful host and blogger and is here today with a comfort food recipe perfect for dinner tonight. Please welcome our friend, the lovely Kelly Rizzo, back to the show.
Thank you.
Last time you were here, Special Forces, we were just laughing, and we always do some cooking. But I want to talk today about your podcast.
Thank you, yes.
Tell everybody some of the guests you've had on.
So, yeah, it's Comfort Food with Kelly Rizzo, and so I have difficult talks about grief and loss and life with people while eating their favorite comfort food, so it makes it a little cozier. And I've had Katie Couric, John Mayer, John Stamos, Amanda Klutz, just had Jeff Ross, and this month we have Jodie Sweetin coming up. Yeah, so it's
what have you learned about yourself for handling your grief after losing your husband from doing the podcast?
You know what? I just learned that these are topics that need to be actually talked about more, and people feel like it's too dark and it's too heavy and people don't want to touch it a lot.
Yeah.
And I've just learned that it helps me so much just to talk about it and to not have it be so heavy, because you can make these conversations a little bit more lighthearted.
Yep.
And maybe, dare I say, use a little comedy in there.
I like it with the guests. It's really good, guys. Check out her podcast. Okay, speaking of comfort food, what are we making today?
So, because on my podcast, I'm always eating my guest's favorite comfort food, this is my favorite comfort food. So this is my Nana's pasta sauce that I've made my whole life, and well, she used to make it for me. Now that she's no longer with us, I make it. So we can start by, this is just a very simple sauce that, you know, goes kind of with everything. But
so a little olive oil.
You want to help out here?
Yeah.
So let's get some onions going. So we've got some olive oil in the pan. So we're just going to start sauteing the onions.
Okay.
And then we're going to add, my Nana came from Sicily. My dad was born in Sicily. And things were always really hard to make back in the day. You know, so when she came here, she made things a little bit easier for herself. So she used tomato paste.
I love that.
So just
Kelly,
put that
I need
on
the
in there.
easy, so Nana and I are working the same. Perfect.
So you kind of get this going with the onions. You're gonna add in triple the amount of water of whatever tomato paste you use.
Okay.
So let's say that, and then it's so simple. So it's kind of got a little sweet side to it. So we're gonna add in some salt and sugar. You can just put, I think,
the whole thing?
Well, maybe not the whole thing.
Okay,
but,
yeah. We can go the whole thing.
We
whatever
got
you
one
want.
that's already, so
we're
if
getting
this
wild
one's not perfect,
today.
we've got one. Yeah, all right, so oregano, garlic powder. So easy, guys. It's so easy. And then the real kicker here is fresh basil.
Okay.
And then some pecorino romano. So it has to be extra flavorful with the pecorino. So
and I love putting that in the sauce early. And how much of that would you put in, would you say?
I mean, there is no limit.
There's no limit.
There's no limit. So we're gonna get that going, and then you just let it cook. It doesn't even have to cook that long. Some people have to cook a sauce for like hours and hours. This can be done in like 15, 20 minutes.
I love that.
So it's very easy.
Back in your podcast, you said that John Mayer is one of the most important people in your life. Why does he mean so much to you? What is it about him?
He was such a good friend to Bob, and then when we lost Bob, he showed up for me in such a dramatic and intense way where he was getting me doctors that week. I mean, he was doing things that I say like literally saved my life. And he was just, ever since then, he's been such an amazing support system. And the episode with him is so special because it shows a different side of him that people don't get to see. And so that's why it's so nice, because it just shows this caretaking side of him that's really important.
I don't want to give too much away, but I'll listen to that episode. It was great. He said he wants to get married in that episode.
He does.
A lot of people think he never wanted to get married,
and you know, I'm his cheerleader, and I, you know, hope it happens one day soon. And he has been putting that out there a while, but I guess people just don't believe it. But it's the truth.
It's the truth. Isn't it neat who shows up for you sometimes when you least expect it, or who's there? I think this is so great. Okay, should we sample over here?
We should.
And is it true that Bob's daughter gave you the blessing to move on, find a companion again?
They did a while ago. They gave me their blessing to do so, and that was like super, super important to me. So.
What a nice thing.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that picture right there. Oh, wow, Kelly, that's
great.
best. Would you be ready for that? Are you open or still not ready?
I am actually currently seeing somebody.
This is wonderful.
He's very, very wonderful. Thank you.
Everybody,
we need applause.
The whole control room just said, "Oh," in my ear.
Yes,
wait,
he's
Kelly,
very, very
I'm so
lovely.
happy for you.
Thank you.
Look at everything kind of coming back into place. This is
know, right?
wonderful. I love this.
And it's been very nice so far. So thank you. But what do you think?
First of all, it's incredible. You're incredible. In addition to the podcast, by the way, you're also host of Eat, Travel, Rock TV. What's your next adventure?
Oh gosh, going to Mexico for a friend's wedding next month, and then Japan this year for some work stuff, and then Spain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so gonna be bouncing around. Gonna be bouncing around. Is this good?
Well, Kelly, we love you here, and I gotta say, guys, this is unbelievable. I will be crushing the entire bowl. Be sure to check out Kelly's podcast. It's really great. Comfort Food with Kelly Rizzo, wherever you get your podcast.